Today I'm going to talk to someone who had a very powerful journey over the last few weeks. He is someone who is not just part of our community, but also a person I have known since our school days. Surendranath joined our Ask Traders Hub with a genuine intention to evolve, not just as a trader, but as a person. This conversation is not just about profits, neither it is about big wins or those losses. It is about the inner shift, the mindset, the discipline, the identity transformation that comes when a trader commits to a structured system.
So when I started this trading journey around 6 years back, or close to 7 years back, okay, it was purely for excitement, and I was excited about how markets can reward you. There was no proper structure. I used to chase big profits. I used to end up in big losses, and there was no proper structure in place. Went on from hopping from strategies to strategies, learning from different coaches to coaches, and when I came across a close school friend of mine who's been into this journey, and when I started interacting, I could relate to a lot of things. And that's when I decided, boss, now here is one guru, which I can depend on. And I invested all my time, energy, resources, everything into the safe hands of my guru, Mr. Kiran Prabhu, who happened to be a close school friend also of mine. And from there the journey started. Yeah. See, during the interactions which I started having with you, I could realize the mistakes, which I was committing in trading. And then during our discussions, you made, boss, this is not a game of excitement or something, this is a serious thing. As long you don't respect those small amounts, which are coming, but they need to be coming consistently, big amount does not happen. Really scared? Are you very neutral? And are you very greedy, or those things? In case if you're very sure, confident, and clear, pull the trigger. Going for it. Now, wherever you incurred a loss, if you go back and see what was the reason, for you to incur that loss, you would have known. You didn't follow the rules. Look at the angle of that moving average, whether slanting, or those things. School going kid will understand. And very simple concept, fantastic, most powerful setup which I have seen so far. Yeah. So amazing setup. Earlier, I used to strain my eyes, I used to strain my health, and now and morning 9:15 the market starts, closes at 3:30. I would be glued to the screen from morning. Nowadays, like I just call up Kiran Prabhu, like within 5 minutes of opening the market, or within 15 minutes or 1 hour, I'm done for the day. Once it is done, just shut down. Clarity, and that consistent amount kept on growing, growing, growing. And the first month when I saw, I said, boss, I made more money than the salary what I was getting. Then I said, boss, this is working amazingly. Okay. And that is where I got to know the power of consistency. Earlier, whenever you used to incur losses, it would reflect on the family. When you incur profits, oh, boss, you are the king of the world, that gives you a kick, telling boss, you are going in the right direction. Okay. A positive P&L, as long your capital is safeguarded and you are not losing money, you are on the right track.
Troubled you a lot initially with visualization, journaling, and this whole idea of focus on the process, not on the profits.
I am sure it will be no less than a torture to go through that. But 95% is in your thought process, in your mind. And you program the mind first, okay? And look, deploy the strategy and execution later. Now you can call me the young monk. So now I'm just calm, just focus on execution, okay? I know exactly where to pick up my trades, where to exit very clearly, and just go for the kill when you see the setup. and just exit. And you got to establish a relationship with the money what comes in. And when you deal with losses, people will be very happy with you as a boss. And in fact, some of my colleagues have learned, who are doing fabulous. Okay. And again, thanks to you, like your setup, and they're seeing the results. I feel I'm a better trader. Here is the guru, Kiran Prabhu. I would divert them to you because you have a proper structure. You know how to train people, how to take them.
My son knows more about support, resistance, CPR, and moving average than most of the people, grown up people outside.
One strategy you master, okay? And if you learn to capture only 10 points a day or 20 points a day, you are done. You don't require anything much in life. I was so happy when, any session, when Kiran Prabhu starts, first he will log into his trading terminal and he would show his P&L. Okay. You know how it has been and how many green days were, how many red days were, and how very few people would do that. But with, of course, Kiran Prabhu, he made a difference. One for all for one is the apt punchline for Ask community.
Markets will keep evolving. You know, our our systems will also keep evolving, but clarity, discipline, and that awareness, that is something which will stay with us forever. Welcome everyone to this special session. Today I'm going to talk to someone who had a very powerful journey over the last few weeks. Someone who took the path of clarity, structure, and self awareness. He is someone who is not just part of our community, but also a person I have known since our school days. Surendranath joined our Ask Traders Hub with a genuine intention to evolve, not just as a trader, but as a person. And what I have seen in him is exactly what ASK stands for, which is awareness, analysis, system, and Kaizen, which is nothing but continuous improvement. This conversation is not just about profits, neither it is about big wins or those losses. It is about the inner shift, the mindset, the discipline, the identity transformation that comes when a trader commits to a structured system. And that's why I'm truly excited for today's discussion. Because for me, these are the conversations that matter. And these are the stories that inspire others to pause, to reflect, and to choose growth. So let's welcome Surendranath. Welcome, Surendra. Thank you for being here today.
Thank
It
you, Kiran
means
Prabhu. Yeah.
it means a lot because both personally and professionally, you know, I was looking forward to have this conversation with you. So I would like to formally welcome you to this Ask Traders Hub podcast. So welcome.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
So let's dive directly into the whole conversation. So, Surendra, you have known me for many years, but somewhere in between we lost touch, and we again reconnected back because of some different reasons. Investing, trading, and all that. So, Surendra, before you actually began this association with Astrators Hub by taking this personalized program. How would you describe your trading phase? You know, where were you? You know, emotionally and mentally.
So when I started this trading journey around 6 years back, or close to 7 years back, okay, It was purely for excitement, and I was excited about, how markets can reward you. There was no proper structure. I used to chase big profits. I used to end up in big losses, and there was no proper structure in place. It was purely for excitement, which I used to trade, and sometimes I used to make big money. Sometimes I used to lose money. At the end of the day, nothing in the pockets. Okay. So, but somewhere, like that conviction was there, this is something great. Went on from hopping from strategies to strategies, learning from different coaches to coaches. And when I came across a close school friend of mine who's been into this journey, and when I started interacting, I could relate to a lot of things. And that's when I decided, boss, now here is one guru, which I can depend on. And I invested all my time, energy, resources, everything into the safe hands of my guru, Mr. Kiran Prabhu, who happened to be a close school friend also of mine. And, from there, the journey started.
Thank you. Thank you. And I was actually very glad, when we connected after many years. And what a subject to connect on, trading and investing, which was like, we never thought that will be the common point of discussion in our, interactions. So thank you, Surendra, for sharing that. So as I could understand that, all of us go through that journey, when we first start getting exposed to the financial markets, we go through our own learning process. But what actually made you feel that you need a structure and a proper system, and not just any other strategy or an indicator?
Yeah. See, during the interactions which I started having with you, I could realize the mistakes, which I was committing in trading. And the conversations which I had with you, made me clear that, let me check out one more guru in my life, because there are many gurus, which I had gone through. There was no point in, checking a friend and just learning from him. And once a journey of learning started, it made a lot of sense. And it exposed me to the mistakes which I was committing to, and the excitement, which I was looking at from trading. Okay. And then during our discussions, you made, boss, this is not a game of excitement or something, this is a serious thing. Okay. And you got to be serious about it. You got to be, most important, consistent in your approach. Okay. And the most important thing is, I never used to respect the small amounts, which used to come into my life. It could be as small as even 500 rupees, 5,000 rupees, whatever it is. As long you don't respect those small amounts, which are coming, but they need to be coming consistently, big amount does not happen. Okay. So I always used to aim for the big amount and not respect the small amount, which became very clear during the conversations which we had. And that's what attracted me to have a one-on-one session with you and just figure out the things and the right way of trading.
Thank you. Thank you, Surendra. So, we just had, of course, we have had long conversations apart from the coaching. But during the coaching, whatever we did, uh, what would you say was the biggest shift in your thinking? Apart from respecting the small amounts, what do you think was the biggest shift what you had in terms of your thinking?
See, in your thinking, you make us do one thing, like before taking a trade, like what is the emotional thing which is going on in your head? Are you really scared? Are you very neutral? And are you very greedy, or, those things, That exercise, it has to be, in your DNA, before picking up any trade. You have to be very clear in what state of mind you are. Okay. In case if you're not very confident about that setup or whatever it is, avoid, don't trade. Okay. In case if you're very sure, confident, and clear, pull the trigger, going for it. Yeah. That is one thing. Second thing is journaling. Okay. Journaling, you'll have to make it very diligently. Sit at the end of the day, look at all the trades. That itself teaches you a lot, telling where you are going right and wrong. Okay. Now, wherever you incurred a loss, if you go back and see what was the reason, for you to incur that loss, you would have known, you didn't follow the rules. Okay. As simple as that. There is no other thing, which you would get to know. As long once you start practicing those things, money coming in is inevitable. Yeah. So these two things really help me, move on to the next level.
Thank you. Thank you. I think you have made, a very, very valid point. So it is not about the complexities, but, just following these simple things. So wonderful. So let us come to, the framework what we use. So we work, with our 20 and 200 moving average, CPR, pivot points, and we basically use price action concepts and technical analysis. So how do these concepts have actually come together for you as as one unified framework for you?
Now, I would have heard some people say, you have to learn the language of markets. And, some people used to say that markets speak to you, they talk to you. Okay.
Correct.
Now, I didn't know that market language or whatever it is, but when you expose to your setup and all those things, it is literally like the market speaking to you. Okay. And it is so simple, even a school going kid can learn this trick. Okay. Now, as simple, when are you supposed to be taking trades near the moving average? Okay, it can be 20, it can be 20, 200, near the pivot points. Okay, or near the CPR levels. As simple as that. Now, if the market is going up, you would position for going up. If it is going down, you would position for going down. If it is sideways, you avoid. But if you're an option seller, that's the best time to get into. Yeah. So
Correct.
simple. Look at the angle of that moving average, whether slanting, or those things. School going kid will understand. If you don't follow the rules, where will you get money? Okay. And very simple concept, fantastic, most powerful setup which I have seen so far. Yeah. So amazing setup.
Thank you, RJ. Actually, I heard this or read this somewhere. I don't know whether who it was, whether it was Einstein or Edison. I'm not sure. What told was, if you are not able to explain your concept to a 10-year-old kid,
Yes.
that means that we have not gone deeper into our subjects, or we have not mastered our subjects. So thank you for bringing that, that even a small school kid can understand the system. So thank you for that. So that means we have really gone to the depths to make it simple. Thank you for that. Now, since you've been using this system, then I would also like to know that what actually has changed in the way you now enter, how you manage, and how you exit your trades compared to what you were doing earlier.
Earlier, I used to strain my eyes, I used to strain my health, and I think all these sorts of diseases at a mid-age, whatever you have to get, like your BP, sugar, thyroid, everything I would have got because of this exciting journey of trading. Okay. So now, and morning, 9:15, the market starts, closes at 3:30. I would be glued to the screen from morning. So, you know how this thing, interesting or chaotic it could be, and sitting at one place, and even to take a biological break also you will be scared, where you will miss that, and all those things used to go on. Nowadays, like I just call up Kiran Prabhu, like within 5 minutes of opening the market, or within 15 minutes or 1 hour, I'm done for the day. My positions are booked, not greedy. I keep a target for the day that so much I'll have to make consistently, in a particular month. Once it is done, just shut down. Okay. And we also figured out in our trading platform, there is something called as a kill switch. You just put that, activate that, you can't even trade for that day. Many times I've done that also. If not, you go back, over trading is avoided, and clarity, and that consistent amount kept on growing, growing, growing. And the first month when I saw, I said, boss, I made more money than the salary what I was getting. Okay. And next month I made double of my particular salary. Then I said, boss, this is working amazingly. Okay. And that is where I got to know the power of consistency. Okay. And it was really mind blowing. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so happy that so it's all about not that figure, but having that that feeling of calmness. Instead of getting burnt out by doing unnecessary things, kind of molding ourselves so that we kind of enjoy the process. So thank you, wonderful for sharing that. So obviously, now since you have got that consistency, but still there will be days when you will have to face your losses and there are drawdowns. Now, how has that changed? How kind of react to these days of losses and drawdowns after you are using or after you are adapting this rule based system?
Earlier, whenever you used to incur losses, it would reflect on the family. You would go, voice it out on your family members. It could be a son, it could be a wife, or whatever it is. And it's not a very nice feeling when you incur loss. When you incur profits, oh, boss, you are the king of the world. And one thing is, I had the habit of sharing my profits with others. That you can call that a khujli. As a boss, look, this, all that stopped. Nobody cares whether you make money or you lose money. Okay. At the end of the day, you are accountable for your own profits or losses. Okay. So, I gave up all those show off things, which used to happen earlier. And whenever I incur losses, my profit limit is set, my loss limit is set, and I'm very confident. Today I've incurred a loss. I would recover it within no time. Okay. And at the end of the day, when you just go and check your P&L at the end of the month, that gives you a kick, telling boss, you are going in the right direction. Okay. A positive P&L, as long your capital is safeguarded and you are not losing money, you are on the right track. Given a slight dent in your capital, that means something is going wrong. Better to go have a relook into it. Yeah. So yeah, it's been good that the P&L has been green. Since I took your workshop, and I'm confident that trend will just continue. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And yes, consistency is what I don't get tired of emphasizing, I feel. Okay, so let us go a little deeper. I know I troubled you a lot initially with visualization, journaling, and this whole idea of focus on the process, not on the profits. I know I have troubled you a lot, but I want to just know from you, very frankly, how has these mindset practices actually helped you or influenced you in your trading?
Now, a person who does not know anything about trading, and when he comes and attends to all these things, what you expose them, I am sure it will be no less than a torture to go through that. Okay. Because, only a trader can understand the value of those things which you can emphasize. Okay. And as I had a trading experience, I could relate to all those things because, as you say, learning that, setup and executing that is just 5% of the game. Okay. But 95% is in your thought process, in your mind, and you program the mind first, okay, and look, deploy the strategy and execution later, which won't be a welcome by a new starter or whatever it is. They'll think, boss, what is this gyan he is giving? It will be a gyan giving session and they will not relate to it. Yeah. But as long you don't do that, you can't be a successful trader. Yeah. So that I could relate, and I followed all the exercises, practices, whatever he did, and I used to keep bothering him, boss, is this going right? What is your take on this? Your feedback. And after that, yes, I stopped. And now I don't even speak to him now. Yeah. So now it is just going on. Once in a while, we just call and check with each other. Yeah.
Great, great. Thank you. I'm very glad that you brought this point that strategy. In the normal outside world, you will say that 20% is strategy and 80% is actually mindset. Actually, you have told the truth today. 5% is strategy and 95% is the mindset. So it is all how we manage ourselves, is what matters. So thank you for bringing that point. So now let us come to a little bit, let us go deeper and let us go little inside you, how you feel. So now I'm very sure that you are more calm and you are very confident when you actually take your trades. In what ways have you noticed the shift? In which other ways have you noticed that shift inside
Now, shift, uh, you might have heard of a famous rum brand called Old Monk. Hmm?
you? Yes.
Now you can call me the young monk. Okay. So now I'm just calm, just focus on execution. Okay. I know exactly where to pick up my trades, where to exit very clearly. Paths are very clear, and just go for the kill when you see the setup and just exit. So I use this word. I see I'm an option buyer. Okay. And I use this word in option buying. Hit and run is the mantra. You can't stick on for long, but sometimes depending on the movement and setup, yes, staying long also rewards you. Yeah. But yes, so I am the young monk now.
Nice, nice, nice. So, yeah, I know how it feels actually to, I always, tell everybody in the community, you must have also heard me that actually, for us, trading is actually a meditative experience if you really think of it. Okay. So, thank you that, I'm very happy that you also have that same feeling inside you. I'm so happy to hear that. So, apart from the profits, what outcomes or what improvements matter the most to you now?
Improvements, I'll tell you, like, see, first thing is going and when money comes into your life, many things can go wrong in your life also. Okay. And you got to establish a relationship with the money, what comes in. Okay. That's most important. And this markets, the way they reward you, it's crazy. And you can make crazy money out of the markets. But if your relationship with money is not right, okay, boss, you're in for trouble. Now, one thing is I don't think twice now to pick up any item which I like to whatever it is. And, also helping others, when it comes to, but again, you got to be careful. If you go lend out your arm, there will be many people waiting to take you for a ride. Okay. And I'm sure you would have lent money to many of your friends and who wouldn't have returned that money in your life. Okay. Please don't allow them to misuse you. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And one more thing is don't share your profits or losses with anybody. It does not bother anybody. Okay.
Correct.
It only you are accountable for it. Okay. If you share your profits and disclose that you have a lot of money, there will be a lot of people who will line up to take you for a ride. Okay.
Correct.
Be very careful in dealing with such people. Okay.
Yeah,
And when you deal with losses, people will be very happy with you. I say, boss, this guy is trading. I had my boss, who used to like whenever I used to incur a loss because, they used to feel happy about it. Okay. Now, whether others feel happy or not, it does not bother as long you are happy about it. And one thing is, yes, money definitely has come into my life. It has improved my lifestyle to a significant extent. But of course, I got to respect the money, which is also coming in.
correct. No, I like this point that beyond a certain limit, uh, having more money doesn't actually add anything. It is just a means for us. It is not everything. So money is just a tool for us to choose whatever we want to choose and do whatever we want to do. So I like the point that you should actually, what you said, that you should only give that much amount importance to the money, not beyond a certain limit. So thank you for that. So now, how do you actually describe yourself as a trader today compared to the trader who was before we started this very short and sweet coaching program? Actually, I want to mention that you have been actually one of my what you can say, the least amount of time I have spent on training. Now that is because you had your groundwork was done. You were very clear with your at least the basics. So actually, what I did was just kind of helped you identify those unwanted things and kind of helped eliminate those things. So actually, now how do you describe yourself as a trader today when, compared to a trader earlier before we started this coaching?
Now I can give Tucker to the best financial analyst whoever comes on CNBC or any of the TV channels. I feel I'm a better person. I can advise people the right way of trading. And in fact, some of my colleagues have learned, who are doing fabulous. Okay. And again, thanks to you, like your setup, and they're seeing the results. Okay. Which is an amazing thing. And of course, the next is, to start deploying this with my own son, and, start picking. He's in ninth standard, by the way, now. Now, this is the right time for him to, start taking over. So now I feel I'm a better trader. Okay. And if some people have to learn about trading, yes, when they come to me, because I have no inclination towards teaching, I would say, boss, here is the Guru, Kiran Prabhu. I would divert them to you because you have a proper structure. You know how to train people, how to take them. And of course, as long they value, they understand the significance of that 95%. And as long they don't perceive it like a torturous session, when you're, yeah, working on their mindset, nothing can stop them from being a successful traders. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. And I know this is also something which is actually a very important point what you brought in, Surendra, that when we were in school, actually we were never told anything about money. We were actually only told about saving. And as we all know that saving is not going to save any one of us, we should learn how to manage and grow our money. So this skill, what I call as a basic life skill, so should be actually taught from schools. And just like what you said, your son, I'm very happy that please start kind of grooming him or telling him the right ways to do things, which I am also, of course, my son also, I can very proudly say that my son knows more about support, resistance, CPR, and moving average than most of the people, grown up people outside. Okay, so this is one wonderful thing. And thank you, Surendra, for having that. And let us make it a thing that we kind of, and especially with kids, it is much more easier because they come without any baggage. Now the problem with grown-ups is, before even teaching them, we have to make them unlearn a lot of things which you are referring to as, which will feel like torture. Okay, so but yeah, but we can't avoid that. Yeah, that was a great point. So now coming to,
When I reflect back, I was thinking, boss, instead of doing graduation, okay, if I'd learned something about this, I would have been somewhere better off now, okay, then, learning at this, but it's never too late for
yeah,
anything, okay.
yeah,
There is
yeah.
always a timing, where right things come into your life and you attract it. Yeah.
Correct, correct, absolutely, absolutely. So having said that, I am very sure that, as you've also mentioned, you have a lot of colleagues, who look up to you for guidance and all that. So, and I'm very sure there are a lot of these traders outside. What would you like to say to traders, who are actually, what I want you to address is those traders who actually constantly start, constantly keep jumping from one strategy to the other, or they also feel that they're getting in, they're stuck, basically they're going nowhere. So what do you think is, would like to say to such traders?
See, now when I started trading journey, I used to hop from strategies to strategy, and today it would be on one strategy, tomorrow it will be something, and jack of all trades, master of none was the best example I could give to myself. Where I would know all the strategies. You tell everything I would know, but I had not mastered it well. Okay, and I'm sure most of the traders they would have heard this. One strategy you master. Okay. And if you learn to capture only 10 points a day or 20 points a day, you are done. You don't require anything much in life. Second thing is you will come across a lot of self-proclaimed experts in teaching, trading, and all those things. Nowadays on Instagram and YouTube, you will come across a lot of people who will say, who will teach you how to walk, how to run, how to eat, how to read, and also about trading. Okay. One thing for all these people, who are looking for the best guru, go and ask any trader or who is teaching to show his P&L first. Okay, and how successful they have been. 90% will vanish because all these people, self-proclaimed experts in trading, will never show their P&L first. Okay. I was so happy when, any session, when Kiran Prabhu starts, first he will log into his trading terminal and he would show his P&L. Okay. How it has been and how many green days were, how many red days were, and how very few people would do that. Now, if somebody wants to, cross-verify my P&L, I'll be more than happy. It is just a click of a button. I'll have to just show the P&L. Okay, that is the impact what Kiran Prabhu can do. Okay, but you can. I'm not telling it should be Kiran Prabhu or me or anybody else. Find your own guru because again, you have to be lucky to get a right guru into your life. Okay, and you attract that guru into your life. One. Second thing is, please find out their genuineness. Don't be taken for a ride. Okay. There will be many people who will take a lot of money. I have gone through many gurus like that who have taken a lot of money from me, but never impacted me. But with, of course, Kiran Prabhu, he made a difference.
Thank you, Surendra.
Yeah.
So let us conclude this wonderful session. And actually, I had a great time talking to you. So finally, if you had to summarize this journey with Ask Traders Hub, whatever we have undertaken together, with one sentence, what would that be?
One for all for one. Okay. So, the community, I just gave the Three Musketeers punchline, one for all for one, but adequately, this is apt for this community because, all the community members, who come together, they are focused to help each other grow in this particular journey of trading. Okay. And everybody would share their thoughts and extend their helping hand in growing. So, one for all for one is the apt punchline for Ask community.
Thank you for sharing all of this so openly. And this conversation, actually means a lot. It reflects not just your growth as a trader, but also how you have evolved as a human being. And for me, that is a very big thing. And your clarity, your discipline, and yes, your commitment to do that inner work. I am more happy that that you are committed to do that inner work, and that has actually helped us with whatever results we are seeing today. And I'm so happy for you. And I really hope everyone who is listening to this or watching this takes away something meaningful from all the things what Surendra has shared. And thank you once again, Surendra. And to everyone watching this, I would like to just conclude with one simple message. Markets will keep evolving. Our systems will also keep evolving, but clarity, discipline, and that awareness, that is something which will stay with us forever. So with this, I would like to conclude, and thank you all for watching, and we will see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Bye.
This is our path, bold and wise. AASK is where the true self flies.